Welcome back, everyone. This is your Daily Driver for April 1st, 2009. I'm Philippe Khan, and I am going bananas. This is actually part Deux of the Daily Driver today, folks, because we have got a lot of BMW news, and I know all of you want to know about the rates and residuals and the finance programs for the 2009s. But before we get there, there was something I forgot in part one of today's segment, and that is a big thank you and a shout out to Dr. Vishal. Dr. Vishal works at Harbor UCLA Medical Center. He is going to pick up a BMW 335 in Munich in just under a month, and he has referred to me not one, but now two of his fellow doctors from Harbor UCLA, and I want to give a big shout out to Dr. Vishal and thank him for his kind referrals and let him know, Doctor, your rates for your car also went down today. We'll get to that in just a second, but I didn't want to think that I'd forgotten about you. Now, folks, a little bit of news about the BMW brand and how it performed in March. I was telling you this morning about how South Bay BMW did. We were up 8% year over year from last March, a massively huge accomplishment in this economy, but fortunately, I can't say much the same about the BMW brand. In fact, if you compare the BMW Group sales numbers year over year, March 2008 to March 2009, I'm talking Mini and BMW combined, we are down 22.9%. And for the quarter, BMW Group sales are down 25.2%. That's compared to Q1 of 2008. The BMW brand, those cars did worse than the Mini brand. Those are down almost 27% compared to last year. Now, as my friend Paul Harvey would say, I'm going to give you the rest of the story. Remember, folks, that BMW is cutting back on production this year in anticipating this slackening of demand. In fact, I don't have hard numbers, but for my dealership, I'll tell you, we're looking at roughly a cut of 10 to 15% in production, and nationwide, it might be as high as 20 to 25%. So when you look at the big picture, yes, sales are down, but so is production and so is supply. So perhaps, BMW North America may have just caught this slide and matched the slackening demand with a reduction in production. And furthermore, ladies and gentlemen, the real news here is that for the first quarter of 2009, BMW beat every other luxury brand, and I'm talking about every other luxury brand, Mercedes, Audi, Infiniti, Lexus, Volvo, every single one was eating BMW's dust, and BMW is now the #1 luxury brand in the United States. Work! Sell some cars. I don't want to see any of you until you sell me 20 cars this month. All right, folks, enough of the fun. We do have some fun here at South Bay BMW, but what you've all been waiting for are the retail and lease programs for 2009s, and here we go. 1 Series cars. Here's the big news. Enhanced money factors, the 128 coupe and convertible, as well as the 135 coupe and convertible, now have subvented money factors and finance rates as low as 1.9% on the 135. 3 Series, coupes and convertibles, now you've got loyalty cash from BMW, 1,000 simoleons, or 0.9% financing up to 60 months, and as I mentioned earlier, lower money factors on both the coupes and convertibles for leases. But the big news for the 3 Series is the 335, and I'm talking both about the gasoline and diesel models as well as the all-wheel drive. For that car, $1,500 worth of finance cash, and we've got 3,000 trunk monkeys with every retail sale. What's a trunk monkey, you might ask? It's an inside joke at Bimmerfest, but it's $3,000, ladies and gentlemen. A market allowance by any other name. And on top of that, you've got 3.9% financing up to 60 months. Also, all of the 335s now have subvented money factors, and that's especially big news for the diesels. The diesels now have the same support as the gasoline models. And speaking of diesels, the same applies to the X5 35D. Now a subvented money factor finally on that car, as well as 2.9% on the APR. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I can say confidently that BMW Financial Services and BMW North America is standing behind that diesel product. Finally, last but not least, folks, the X6s, and I don't want to bury this because this is big news. The X6 has never seen any sales support from BMW North America or Financial Services. Well, that ends today. All right, we've got 2.9% financing up to 60 months and $1,750 of lease cash on what is arguably the finest vehicle in its segment. And so now, not only is it incredibly stylish and incredibly fast, but also a great finance deal. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that does it for an action-packed day here at The Daily Driver. I'm Philippe Kahn, and I wanted to thank all my assistants for their fabulous help today, and I shall see you tomorrow.